Hello everyone and welcome back to Cause Streams TV. We've got a lot to talk about this week. Even though we had a very quiet week 13, we've got a few things to talk about. Anyway, this may turn into a bit of a rant video because I've had to do visions again. And last week I completely ignored Stormwind because there really was no point just to get the lesser helm enchant. So I was doing Orgrimmar ones and I don't know why they got brought back. I am just not enjoying them. It's recycled, delayed, and time-gated content that is just not enjoyable in any way, and I'm going to talk about why I feel that way a little later in the video. We've got a lot of new mounts we get to look at this week. We don't even have a vault on our main this week. This is the first week since Season 2 started that our DK will not be doing a vault opening, but we do have vaults open on our other characters, and even our Paladin got a 10 done last week, so really excited for some of the alt vaults. They all have 10s or higher, so we're going to take a look at all of that. But let's jump in. But I'm going to jump in and actually talk about the purpose of this video. So as I mentioned earlier, the horrific visions are back, and are they horrific or are they just horrible? And in my personal opinion, as someone who did horrific visions back in BFA, if you guys remember the Wicked Swarmer mount that currently is purchasable for 20,000 mementos, at that point was 100,000. And I used to run 4 mask runs, and I think I ignored the long night one because at that time it was the worst one you could possibly do. And I would run continuous 4 mask runs over and over and over again until I got that mount and a few of the other rewards that came with it. So I've got hours of visions, and it's like, it feels like yesterday when I stepped into a vision finally. It felt like as if I was just doing them yesterday on my DK in Battle for Azeroth, and it's like, I know that was years ago at this point, but after doing them for that many hours, they were terrible then, and they come back and they're just as terrible now. Now, of course, I'm gonna hear in the comments, oh, but they're super easy, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you're right, they are. My DH walks in and basically one-shots most of them up. However, they have these, the masks still suck. I'm sorry, but they still are just terrible to deal with. For example, one of the Burning Bridge mask plus Despair plus Long Night, when you get to Rexar and you get the split personality pop up, a boar spawns, knocks you into split personality. You've got the Burning Bridge puddles spawning all under you, and then more boar spawn because you're doing so much damage. Then they push you into one of the traps, and then suddenly you're dead. Like, it's not fun. And they added a Bolstering Mask, like, so they took the thing that we all hated in Mythic Plus, put it into a vision, and thought this is a good idea. In my opinion, Blizzard knows exactly how to take the fun out of everything. And in my opinion, it's beyond frustrating. Like, all I want right now, I've done so many visions and I keep dying to stupid things. I'm doing, because I didn't do Stormwind, I don't have all the masks unlocked, so like I don't have Nemesis and all this stuff that would make my life easier. So I'm running with Burning Bridge and the 50% sanity loss and the puddles that spawn under you. And it's tolerable to get through. They're not really challenging, right? But like, you get those stupid stun locks. I've also almost died to Thrall because the fire breath expires. In the middle of the fight, I get ran into a black puddle. He uses hopelessness. I get hit with the filed ground, and then you're sitting there just dying to your puddles. And I think because I've done so many of these in Battle for Azeroth, I am triggered almost instantly when something goes wrong. It's just like there is a part of me that deep down inside that makes me hate logging into the game. Like I don't even want to log in and play the game after I do visions. Like, it's so infuriating that I can't stand it. Like, it is one of those things that are just like, you brought back recycled content, you delayed it because you couldn't release it on time, and then you time gated it so we can't even do all of the Titan things to unlock all of the new abilities. Like, it's like nobody wants to do these. Maybe people want to do these. Maybe I'm wrong. I personally am gonna get the one new mount they released, and I'm never going back to. I don't care. I have enough mementos after that I can get my alts the thing, and I'm done. It's garbage. I never want to see them again. I think they're horrible. Like, they gave us 3 new masks. Why not give us a horrific vision of Uldraken, a horrific vision of Dalaran? Like, the sewers are actually a pretty cool place to go have some horrific. Like, it's just, you have so much content and you give us 3 new masks and some recycled Stormwind and Orgrimmar maps. It's pathetic in my opinion, Blizzard. It's a big L. And not only that, the corruptions are so meaningless. Like, it's not even worth doing. Everyone just takes the secondary stat buff. That's not fun. I remember when Twilight Devastation was for tanks and you got these tornadoes flying everywhere, just ripping ads apart, doing tons of damage. That was fun. Now you just have some passive secondary stat corruption on your helmet. Ooh, it's pathetic. Visions are a waste of time. They're a waste of resources. What resources? It's recycled content. And the rewards are just trash. So for someone who did them in BFA and them for lots of hours, it's a complete waste of my time, and I really just need the mount, and I'm never stepping footing them again. All right, so I had to step away. Let's recharge and get back into the video. Let's talk about some of the other things we did last week that didn't suck. We got some vaults on most of our characters. We got some vaults on some of our tanks. We're gonna log in and take a look at that right now. The DH just kind of didn't do any push keys. We did get 2 IO because we timed to 12, which is kind of funny. But let's open up our vault. I'm still trying to get a mythic track. Oh, I have a mythic track tome. I don't know what I'm trying to get. We're just gonna open it in Vengeance, and it looks like we have mythic track shoulders. That's actually really good, and then mythic track legs. So we're gonna take the shoulders, we're gonna catalyze them, and I think I'll be able to upgrade them all the way. Let's take a quick look. And yeah, it looks like we can upgrade them all the way. We have exactly 60 gilded crests, and that's discounted, plus the 560. So small gains, but they are gains. We got like 1.4 of an eye level there. So not bad on the DH. That's where we are sitting. And this is a character I'm actually kind of excited for, the Paladin. We are up to 650. We used our 2 Curios to get the hands, which upgraded our 606 hands from last season. And then we also got the chest, so that brought us right up to 650. So super excited there. Some IO gains. We hit 2k on the Paladin, so I'm super excited there. We get that extra catalyst charge, and we did do a 10 Theater of Pain, and we timed it successfully. It was actually a much smoother key than I thought it would be. I'm going to open the vault in tank spec because I do want to get a weapon or a shield out of it. That'd be really nice. And what we're looking at is mythic track shoulders, and again, that is a 10 eye level upgrade. That's kind of nice. Some tier, mythic tier. It'll give us some sets, and let's see how this looks on the Paladin. Definitely gonna need to transmog back to what we had, but that is a nice little upgrade on the Paladin. So really happy that we got that 10 done, and I'm definitely gonna be working on him a little more throughout the week. And another one I'm excited for, the Warrior, who has been successfully pushing 10s and 11s. We did an 11 Rookery. It's kind of painful, so I think I'm reaching that cap with what the Warrior could do at 644 high level. I don't think I'd go into a 12s yet. He felt a little painful. I don't know if that was the group comp or not. I don't really think it was. I think it was just I was having some challenges with the Warrior. Things were starting to hit really hard. So, but we did get that 11 done. We're at 2328, almost 2500 on the Warrior, so I may focus on getting this one done. I'm pretty sure if we did a workshop and a metery, that'll bring us basically up to the score that we want. Like this alone at a 8 will give us almost 100 points, right? So doing these, that'll give us 2500, so that may be the focus of the week, but we should have at least 4 vaults this week. So we did do a 10 Priory and a 10 Floodgate as well. So we do have the 2 mythic vault slots this week that we can look at. So we have the Verse Mastery Ring, and then we also have mythic track tier piece. Definitely going to take the tier piece. Huge main stat upgrades there. We're going to throw that on right away and see what that increases our eye level up to. It probably won't be much. Yeah, we're looking at just a 1 eye level upgrade, but still, that is a huge upgrade for the Warriors. So really happy with that. We're going to continue, and let's continue our journey. We got one more tank to look at when it comes to vaults. And last up, we have our Druid. We did do another 12 on the Druid, which got us some REO, so we're at 2647. All right, so I can continue to push the Druid up. I could probably get 12s across the board really easily. Their Druid isn't that hard to play in keys. Probably the easiest tank out of all of them to just play and successfully time keys, even if you're new to routes and stuff. You just can't die. So let's see what he gets in his vault. We're opening it in Feral Spec. We have the 1 key, and it is a Crit Mastery key, Crit Mastery ring with a socket, which would flip the stats of our current ring. And let's see if that actually helps or doesn't help us. So I did run a sim, and I actually ran the sim at the same eye level of the ring that I have now, and it is an increase. So if we upgrade this all the way, put the 2 sockets in it, it's going to be a huge upgrade for the Druids. We're going to take this. Can we even do some upgrades on this ring? How many currency do we have? 208. Oh my. Time to craft some stuff on the Druid, like these bracers. And let's jump right into it and talk about the 7 mounts that we got this week. First of all, starting with this one right here, we have the Brownford Spiky Bakar. I guess this is a redone of one of the other mounts that look like this guy. I don't know who it's a remake of, but I think it's really cool. I like the metal plates inside the head and around the fur and stuff. I really like how this mount was done. So that is the first mount we got, and these 5 mounts are all from the trading post, so most of you have probably seen these or also have them. But let's continue on. Next up, we have the Spotted Black Riding Goat. Nothing fancy about this one, but they're definitely getting much better with their models when it comes to some of these goats and stuff, so I do really like it. It's a pretty cool goat. I would use this in PvP. Next up, we have the Pearlescent Goblin Wave Shredder. Obviously, this is a reskin of the Shredder that was already released, so nothing fancy about this one, but it is another +1 that we got from the trading post. We also have the Spring Harvest Hog. Really cool, a giant mouse that comes with some fruits if you're hungry along your journeys. You can eat something, but yeah, another pretty cool mount that we got here. That has the absolute cutest mount special ever. And next up, I'm really excited for this one. This is the Cold Flame Chimera, and realistically, this one also comes in red that you can get at the end of this month's Traveler's Log. I absolutely love this mount. The colors, the two heads, everything was done so well. It's actually a reskin of one of the Warlords of Draenor mounts, the first one that they released with the two heads, and this one's done way better. So I'm excited for this and the red one that we're going to get later on. And last up, we're going to talk about two mounts that we got from Visions. First off is the Void Scarred Pack Mother. This is the wolf that you get from the Visions by picking up the two different items in the Vision of Orgrimmar and then interacting with the wolf rug, and it gives you this mount spawn. So I got this one first, and then we got one more from Visions. And the next one we got from Visions is the Nesting Swarmite. Apparently, this is from the garbage piles and is super rare. I got it on my second Vision and third garbage pile that I opened, so I guess I got really lucky with this one. But we do have this from the garbage piles, and I have basically stopped going after it anymore. And with that, let's jump into the most important thing that we need to talk about every week is our week-over-week gold increase. We actually had a fantastic week last week. Well over our needed 100k, so I actually ended up buying 2 WoW tokens last week with the amount of gold we made. So our second account is basically paid for until September, which is really exciting. I don't have to worry about that for a while. But so our total increase for week 13 in gold is 609,888 gold. Huge amount of gold last week. So even after we bought the 2 WoW tokens, we still had like 150k left over that we put into basically our guild bank. So I'm really happy with how that is looking. And that really covers up everything we want to talk about in week 13. I know the beginning of this video is a bit of a rant video, but I had to kind of get that off my chest because Visions are the most triggering thing that I've had to do in a really long time. And I know BFA was years ago at this point and expansions ago. I still remember it like it was yesterday because that is when I actually came back to World of Warcraft. I quit during Legion because I thought Legion was boring and it was just basically grinding the same thing over and over again. I know World of Warcraft is all about grinding and repetition, etc. For some reason, I found Legion boring. It just didn't do it for me. I was in a Mythic raiding guild. I was just like, this is whatever. This is boring. So I stopped doing it. I quit during Legion, came back right at the end of Legion so I can get flying in a couple of the mounts, and then we went into BFA, and that's where I really started to pick up playing again. I started raid leading. I was GM. I really picked things up, and I started kind of progressing into the competitive WoW scene a little more. So let me know how your adventures in Visions are going. Let me know if you think it's a skill diff, which you know what, you might be right, it is. I just still hate them anyway. Let me know what your vaults look like this week. And as always, I thank you guys for tuning in week over week and checking out the videos. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the Mythic Plus Ariza or Khazalgar. Peace out, everybody.